I'm sure it's wonderful, darling. It only sounds shitty.
Yeah, thanks.
Could I play?
Meghan.
Meghan Markle.
Sure, you can play.
Great!
Game on, America!
Okay, well, you don't get paid for that.
I don't care. Don't care.
On Suits, I was a series regular. I was Rachel Zane, attorney at law.
What the hell?
What did you say? He victimized me. It's because I'm an ethnic woman.
Okay, well, I actually didn't do anything, but I'm glad you have a job.
He can't do that. I'll see. Wait, you're ethnic? This is an outrage. We'll just see how he deals with my blue pics.
Yeah, well, it's technically not a job. Don't know where you heard that.
Don't worry, my love. He's not gonna get away with this.
Would you ever consider joining the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills?
Are you serious?
Okay, so imagine this. The whispers, the shady online threads, the gossip forums, all of it buried deep in internet shadows for years. The yacht rumors, everyone knew, but no one said it out loud, not officially. It was taboo. Reddit-level conspiracy, a don't touch this topic. Until now, because out of nowhere, boom, these new South Park storyboard frames just showed up. No title, no Comedy Central watermark, not even a hint of when or where they were made. Just 5 mysterious watermarked images. They landed quietly on some niche animation subreddit late Tuesday night, and everything flipped.
We got your survey answers, and I think we've put together some great ideas for your brand.
At first, everyone thought it had to be fake. But then, people zoomed in, and there she was, a brunette cartoon figure in a wide-brimmed hat, lounging on a mega yacht with a glass of pink rosé. On deck, living the dream. And in the water behind her, a clumsy red-haired prince, paddling like a fool with a crying baby float labeled public sympathy. Reddit lost its mind. By sunrise, the images were everywhere. TikTok, X, Tumblr, Insta stories, you name it. Even international tabloids ran with it. The yacht girl lore, which had always floated just beneath the surface, was now official canon.
I understand you want people to like you more and think you're cool.
But that wasn't even the worst part. The original post, deleted. Accounts, locked. But the damage? Way past done. South Park had just taken the one thing Meghan and Harry feared most, those yacht girl allegations that lived in the dark corners of the internet, and animated them with the force of a sledgehammer. And yes, the main cartoon woman, while not named, was styled unmistakably like Meghan. She's surrounded by assistants waving scrolls marked NDAs. She's literally laying back on a chaise lounge made of press clippings. And that rosé bottle? It says ever vintage deflection. That's not even subtle. That's scorched earth.
History pretty much suck. I mean, the Crusades, Hitler, Prince Harry marrying Meghan Markle. Again? Oh, like all of your wives are so much.
In another scene, she's holding up a contract labeled New Life. Who dis? And the prince, he's getting sunscreen squirted in his eye by a Daily Mail drone. Even the people who rolled their eyes at South Park's first episode on the Sussexes were like, okay, this is different. Because South Park didn't just go for the joke, they symbolized something way bigger. Meghan, the real-life royal defector, was now immortalized floating above a sea of paparazzi, shattered branding deals, and broken dreams. This wasn't just rumor anymore. This was legend status.
It's so nice to have you back in London, Meghan. I've missed our little lunches.
We've never had lunch together, Kate.
Well, we must continue the tradition.
The irony? Meghan's team had spent years trying to wipe Yacht Girl from Google. We're talking digital audits, reputation firms, threats to forums, all to bury it. And now, a damn cartoon. An Emmy-winning one, by the way. Just blasted it globally in storyboard form before the episode even aired. Animation insiders came out of the woodwork, confirming the leak was very real. One ex-employee from Comedy Central said it was meant to be part of a cold open, a fantasy flashback showing the Duchess obsessed with reinvention. And the internet ate it up. She Yacht Girl trended for 8 straight hours. 8! That hasn't happened since the crown split. But this time it wasn't just online gossip. This was a missile. And when Archwell found out, oh honey, all hell broke loose.
And you know what else? To hell with Canada! We are leaving! We'll go find some quiet place where we can be normal people! Come on, wives!
As soon as the images exploded, Montecito basically had a code red, not your average PR cleanup. Number this was DEFCON 1. An insider said a staffer got a call at 2:46 a.m., woken out of bed with one message: activate black status. Meghan had seen the leak, and she was livid. Within minutes, their internal Slack blew up. Legal, PR, brand deals, digital security, everyone dragged into an emergency Zoom. Meghan, audio only, no camera, but her voice, like a scalpel, ice cold, controlled. She didn't want sympathy posts, not a sad Instagram story. She wanted cease and desists takedowns. And that Reddit user found,
Oh, Meghan. Why did you move back here anyway?
It was ultimately a tough call, but there were a lot of factors to consider.
This wasn't about defending her character. This was defense mode. Her team tossed around ideas. Should we go with the misogyny angle? Do we spin it into a woman mocked for her trauma story? Every angle was risky, because this wasn't a joke anymore. This was surgical satire. That yacht scene hit the exact nerve Meghan spent years trying to kill off, and now it had gone cartoon viral. Archwell's legal team scrambled. Within hours, they brought on a top New York entertainment litigator. A UK defamation expert was on standby. By midday, a dozen takedown requests went out, not just to Reddit, but to meme pages, forums, aggregators, even sites that just spliced the cartoon with old yacht photos from Meghan's past. But this is the internet, and the internet doesn't forgive overreach.
It's been several months now since our beloved Queen has died. Our Canadians are finding it hard to go on. All Canadians, that is, except for our first guest, the Prince and his wife.
Before the first takedown even got traction, screenshots of the cartoon had already been archived in over 20 Telegram groups, Reddit threads, and Google Drives. The Streisand effect was in full brutal swing. And Harry, he was gone. Not on the Zoom, not in the strategy chats, nothing. 2 insiders said he wandered into the garden after 3 a.m. and vanished until noon. His phone? Silent. Staffers eventually found him by the chicken coop, just staring into space. One said it was eerily quiet, like he was trying to breathe through the storm, because this wasn't like Oprah, or Spotify, or ghostwriter drama. This wasn't a scandal. This was cartoon canon.
Hell?
What'd he just say? He victimized me. It's because I'm an ethnic woman.
He can't do that. I'll see. Wait, you're ethnic? This is an outrage. We'll just see how he deals with my blue.
Here's the thing. Harry knew. Deep down, he knew. The second South Park draws you twice. You're not some misunderstood hero anymore. You're a joke, and not even a funny one. This time, he wasn't cracking wise. He was the one clinging to a floaty, crying, literally labeled public sympathy. But you know what's worse? Hollywood was watching, because the second those yacht frames started circulating, studio boardrooms were already reacting. Deals on pause, scripts flagged. Execs weren't asking, how do we help? They were asking, how fast can we step back? One senior producer said 2 of Meghan's in-development shows were immediately labeled volatile. One was a lifestyle docuseries about resilience. The other, a rom-com inspired by her own life, heavy on the reinvention trope. Now, both frozen, ice cold.
There were highs and lows. It's all good. Anyway, see you guys at tea. Come on, Harry.
One exec flat out called it a reputational sinkhole. Another said, no one wants to drop a show that gets memed before it even premieres. And that rosé line? Oh, honey, it's corked. Meghan's As Ever wine collab was already getting side eyes for looking like a private label cash grab. But after the South Park leak, one boutique California distributor quietly pulled out. Just gone.
How many more princes and his wives have to live in this nightmare?
Insiders said they were concerned about brand ambiguity and satirical volatility. Translation? If your product becomes a joke, no one's pouring the wine. And it didn't stop there. Wellness influencers, the ones she relied on to soft launch the brand, gone. One in Australia, another in Canada, just backed out of their campaigns, citing optics. And one influencer with heavy feminist branding allegedly told her agent, I can't push rosé to trauma survivors the same week South Park turns Meghan into a floating meme. Ouch. Podcast studios, silent. After Spotify dumped her, Meghan had been pitching a reboot. More vulnerable, more real. But now, Apple, Amazon, iHeart, ghosted. One rep even called it PR poison with a mic. And publicists, the ones paid to spin the story, they're bailing too. One major Hollywood branding firm refused to renew their contract with Archwell. Their reason? Not scandal, not controversy. They called it satirical fatigue. They weren't saying Meghan and Harry were problematic. They were saying they were punchlines. And in Hollywood, that's worse. Controversy sells. But being laughed at? That's the death sentence. An agent apparently told someone at Netflix, you can't outbrand parody. Once they turn you into a meme, that's it. And Meghan's meme? It wasn't empowering anymore. It was absurd. She's now a cartoon, drinking rosé on a throne of NDAs while Harry clings to relevance. But the chill wasn't just in LA. Across the pond, the silence was colder. Because in the UK, the palace said nothing, not one word. No official statement, no strategic we stand apart, not even a polite distancing from the chaos. Just silence. But make no mistake, that silence, it was lethal. While Meghan and Harry were spinning out in Montecito, the firm didn't even blink. And that said more than any royal press release ever could. The gossip Kensington Palace knew about the cartoon the moment it went viral. One staffer shared the yacht meme in a WhatsApp group titled Ice and Spare. The response? Cry laugh emojis. That's it. They weren't strategizing, they were amused. Because to them, this was karma, wearing a crown, sipping rosé on a luxury yacht. And while Harry may still hope for some secret line of communication, a whisper of "we understand," the only sound he got? Doors closing. One royal aide even said the palace felt vindicated. After being branded racists, monsters, manipulators, this was their moment. And Meghan? They never really saw her as one of them. She was never fully in. And now, with the internet turning her from duchess to operator, the palace didn't need to lift a finger. Culture was doing the dirty work. But just when things looked like they might simmer down, boom, the internet remembered. It remembered exactly where the yacht rumors started. Let's go back. Way back, before palaces, before podcasts, before the rosé lines and documentaries, back when Meghan Markle was just Rachel Zane on Suits. Stylish, composed, a red carpet regular. But according to internet sleuths, she was also allegedly spotted in places that had nothing to do with Hollywood. Super yachts docked in Aetha, private parties in Mykonos, Sardinia, Dubai, all connected to mysterious hostess agencies and social networks with now deleted LinkedIn posts and cryptic blind items. It was never clear, never confirmed, just whispers, rumors, speculation. But there was a pattern. Same yacht names, same elite billionaires, same circles. And Meghan's name, it popped up a lot, sometimes in code, sometimes in full. It wasn't just guy forums. The gossip seeped into Daily Mail comments, WordPress blogs, old-school Instagram threads. Some claimed her publicist facilitated the travel. Others said she was climbing the right circles long before Harry ever came into view. And yet, none of it ever blew up. It just lingered, a shadow behind every rebrand, from actress to duchess to activist. And when the Oprah interview hit, the whispers came back. When Spotify collapsed, they surged. But nothing, and I mean nothing, compared to the moment South Park animated it. Because see, satire doesn't need evidence. It just needs familiarity. The second the cartoon showed a Meghan lookalike stretched out on a yacht labeled Image Rehab Retreat, NDAs flying in the wind and dollar bills raining like confetti, that wasn't making stuff up. That was confirming everything conspiracy theorists had whispered for years. And suddenly, old forums came alive. Screenshots, archived threads, dead links resurrected, photos, timelines, flight logs, even podcast clips where someone hinted, not so subtly, about a certain duchess who knew her way around the med circuit. And TikTok did what TikTok does best. Cue voiceovers, explainers, blurred photos synced to dramatic audio. The hashtag # yacht allegations exploded. 2 million views in 48 hours. Proof? Number. But in the digital age, momentum matters more than truth. And when that momentum is wrapped in satire, wrapped in animation, awarded even, perception turns into legend. And Meghan's team? They weren't just freaking out over the leak. They were terrified of what it reignited. And as Meghan rallied the lawyers and PR machine like she was going to battle, Harry was gone again. Sources say he spiraled into what staff now call retreat mode. He turned off his phone, canceled everything, no alerts, no emails, just vanished. A clause to pause donations. Not if Meghan broke the law, not if she was sued, just if she got mocked too hard. One donor said, "We can't align with something that's becoming shorthand for insincerity." Then came Netflix. The $100 million crown jewel, quiet, no promo, no push. Meghan's latest pitch, a docudrama about overcoming adversity, has been soft-passed, no follow-up meeting, and retailers stocking as ever are re-evaluating shelf placement. One European buyer allegedly said, "This is brand erosion in real time." And podcast networks? Don't even bother asking. Meghan's second comeback show, dead before launch. Because now, people aren't tuning in to listen, they're tuning in to look for contradictions. Even her speaking events are getting canceled. One conference that had verbally booked her keynote, now reassessing cultural alignment. Translation, too much drama, not enough dignity. This is the nightmare scenario. Not just bad press, not even scandal. This is economic ruin, all from a cartoon. And the episode still hasn't aired, but it's coming.